Good morning everybody, and welcome you all once again to this next video lesson of the chapter Nationalism in India. In our previous video we have read about limitation of civil disobedience movement, and we came to know that when civil disobedience movement was started, there were a situation of distrust and suspicion among different communities. Okay, it was true. Our topic in this video is the last topic of this chapter, the sense of collective belonging. So let's why I remind you about limitation of civil disobedience movement. You will find a bit contradiction in the final topic. We are reading the sense of collective belonging, and we just have read when civil disobedience movement was started, there was a situation of distrust and suspicion, but both were different things. Ideological differences was there among political fraternity. Ideological differences was there among political fraternity during the civil disobedience movement, but even though a sense of collective belonging, that means idea of nationalism, the sense that we belong to India, we belong to a nation. So this sense developed during anti-colonial movement. In the beginning of the chapter we have read that there were several factors that captured the imagination of Indian in favor of nationalism. And one of the most eminent and important factor that led development of nationalism or development of sense of collective belonging among Indians, so it was anti-colonial movement. So during anti-colonial movement we came closer to each other. That means we got a common objective. We got a common objective to get rid of exploitive colonial rule, and for that people of different reason come together and they launch a united struggle. They launch a united struggle against the British. And during the course of this united struggle, a sense of collective belonging, that means a sense of nationalism, developed among Indians. But as we also have read in Rise of Nationalism in Europe, कि several cultural component in Europe when nationalism spread, so several cultural component was influential in the development of nationalism in Europe. The same way in India also, apart from anti-colonial movement, apart from the united struggle that we launched against the British collectively, cultural process, cultural component also was influential in development of nationalism in India. Cultural component, cultural process captured the imagination of the Indian in favor of nationalism. That means initially the thinking of the people was that we belong to Bihar, we belong to Bengal, we belong to Gwalior, we belong to Hyderabad, we belong to... So several princely state was there. So geographical differentiation also was there, and people also believed that they belong to different community. So during the course of anti-colonial movement, they started imagining that they belong to the same country, and this idea was influential in the development of nationalism. So here in this final topic we are going to read that what were the cultural process or cultural component that was influential in development of nationalism in India. So this section begins with a figure of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and In this figure you could see in central position of this image of Bal Gangadhar Tilak is there, but he was surrounded by several symbols. So you could find there are several symbols of unity, religious unity, sacred institution, different faith of different religion, temple, churches, mosque. So that means this figure is to convince you कि certain symbols, icons, songs, folklore, etc. was extensively also in India was utilized to draw the imagination of the people towards a unified nation. So nationalism is spread when people begin to believe that they are all part of the same nation. So it is nationalism when we started believing that we all belong to the same nation. So that means this is idea of nationalism. So that's what we are saying, कि nationalism is spread when people begin to believe that they are all part of the same nation. When they discovered that there are something that binds them together. So that we are going to find out what is this something that brought people closer to each other. How did people belonging to different community, different region, different language, different linguistic group develop a sense of collective belonging? It was not easier in a country like India where this much diversity is there. Ethnic diversity, cultural diversity, geographical diversity, diversity on the basis of language, caste, creed, almost all kind of diversity you will find in the country. Also, geographically we belongs to different region. Geographically also we belong to different region. So that's why it was not easier in a country like India to develop a sense of collective belonging, to spread the idea of nationalism. But even though if it occurred, so variety of cultural process was responsible for that also. Now what were this variety of cultural process? तो एक चीज तो हम लोग जान चुके कि partly the idea of nationalism came through united struggle. Partly it came through a united struggle during anti-colonial movement. Apart from that, what were this variety of cultural process through which nationalism captured people's imagination? So we already know what is this nationalism. This is sense of collective belonging. So how this sense of collective belonging developed among people? There were variety of cultural process. What was it? It was folklore and folk songs, history and fictions, popular prints and symbols, etc. The identity of the nation is most often symbolized in a figure or image. We already have read in Rise of Nationalism Zero कि several kind of symbol allegories were utilized to spread nationalist feeling among the people. This helps create an image with which people can identify the nation. Identify the nation, that means they could relate themselves with that symbol. Suppose some symbol or image or icon is being utilized, so people could relate themselves that they belong to this symbol, and it helps in development of a sense of collective belonging. For example, it was in 20th century with the growth of nationalism in India that the idea of nationalism in India came to be visually associated with image of Bharat Mata. Now Bharat Mata, image of Bharat Mata was created by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. He had written the song Bande Mataram. So actually you should not be confused. The first image of Bharat Mata was created. So you should emphasize upon this word created, not portrait, not painted. The image of Bharat Mata first was created by Bankim Chand Chatterjee. तो why we used to say कि वंदे मातरम जो उन्होंने लिखा, तो वंदे मातरम दैट मीन्स किनको, भारत माता को. तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज बीइंग सेड कि द इमेज ऑफ भारत माता was created by Bankim Chand Chatterjee, not painted by. First image of Bharat Mata was painted by Abindranath Tagore. First image of Bharat Mata was painted by Abindranath Tagore, and first image of Bharat Mata was created by Bankim Chand Chattopadhyay or Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Created by, that means he had written a song Vande Mataram, and that usually become popular during Swadeshi movement, and henceforth also Abhinnath Tagore, like Ravi Verma before him, tried to develop a style of painting that could be seen as truly Indian. So let's discuss about this painting. So you could see this is an Asiatic figure. यहाँ पे साध्वी की तरह इनको दिखाया गया है भारत माता को. तो दिस इज एन एशियाटिक फिगर, a saffron clad woman, a saffron clad woman. Bharat Mata is standing on green earth and blue sky behind with 4 lotus. So you could see here. In her one hand you could find a piece of white cloth. In her one hand you will find here piece of white cloth. In other hand a rosary, a string of beads, garland, mala, or a string of beads, rosary. Also book in one hand and a shapes of paddy, धान का कटा हुआ shapes of paddy. Idea of nationalism also developed through a movement to revive Indian folklore, and in late 19th century India, nationalists began recording folk tales sung by poets, and they toured villages to gather folk songs and legends. So what will happen if we will collect folk tale, folk stories and will popularize it? Then what will happen? How it will be helpful in development of sense of collective belonging or nationalism? So let's see. Whoever the nationalist leader were, they try to convince the people. What? Ki through this folk tale, folk song, folk stories, or regional whatever regional cultural component was there, so they try to convince the people कि they shared a common cultural heritage. If we understood if we understand that we belong to different communities, they try to convince कि no, let's see, we have a common cultural heritage. For a simple example, suppose Ramayana or Mahabharata is being spread, रामलीला कहीं पे हो रहा है, या फिर ये तो मान लो ये बिहार में भी हो रहा है, it is happening in Bengal, it is happening in other region also. So what will happen? People of all those regions will relate with each other. So that means if we would like to know our culture, our original culture, तो इसको आज के परिवेश को देखकर हम अपने ओरिजिनल कल्चर को पता नहीं कर सकते. If we would like to know our original culture, we will have to see in our folk tradition. So that's why these tales, they believe, give a true picture of traditional culture that had been corrupted and damaged by outside force. तो एक तो ये है कि लोगों को कन्विंस करेंगे अबाउट आवर कॉमन कल्चरल हेरिटेज, एंड इन द अदर हैंड वी ऑल्सो कुड bring them together to combat the Britishers by convincing them that if you would like to preserve your culture, let's see, this is your original culture and how enriched it is, and if you will not protect it, it will be damaged and destroyed by this foreign rule. So by this way it was helpful to spread nationalist feeling among the people. to inculcate nationalist feeling among the people, this folk tradition, folk culture was utilized by the nationalist leaders, and also it was helpful. So first point you read about image of Bharat Mata through which people could relate themselves, and folk culture, folk tradition. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting nursery rhymes, mites, and led the movement for revival of folk culture. So second point is that this folk song, folklore also was influential in spreading nationalist feeling. And for example, in Madras, Natasha Sastry published a massive 4-volume collection of Tamil folk tales, the folklore of southern India. He believed that folklore was national literature. It was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thought and characteristic. अगर हम अपने ओरिजिनल कल्चर को जानना चाहते हैं तो सबसे भरोसेमंद स्रोत क्या है हमारे लिए ओरिजिनल कल्चर को जानने के लिए? इट इज folklore. So according to Natasha Sastry, he believed that folklore was national literature and it was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thought and character. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए भी इसको याद रखोगे कि who had written the folklore of southern India, Natasha Sastry. Now first point we read images of Bharat Mata. Second, folklore. Now third, national flag. So national flag also is a symbol from which you could relate yourself. Suppose a national flag is in your hand, so you could relate yourself. Suppose तुम कहीं से भी हो, बिहार से, बंगाल से, उड़ीसा से, जहाँ से भी तुम हो, but if there will be a national flag in your hand, you could relate yourself that if you belongs to this flag, if this flag belongs to you, then you belongs to India. So during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag, red, green and yellow, a tricolor flag, red, green and yellow, was designed. It had 8 lotus. You could see here 8 lotus, a crescent moon and a sun. So it was Swadeshi flag. So one important question is differentiate between Swadeshi flag and Swaraj flag. Differentiate between Swadeshi flag and Swaraj flag. तो स्वदेशी फ्लैग भी ट्राई कलर था, स्वराज फ्लैग भी ट्राई कलर था. स्वदेशी फ्लैग रेड, येलो एंड ग्रीन. स्वराज फ्लैग रेड, ग्रीन एंड white. In the center, Bande Mataram is written in Swadeshi flag. So during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag. Tricolor क्या था? Red, green and yellow. Was designed. It had 8 lotus representing. ये 8 lotus क्या represent करता है? 8 British provinces. This 8 lotus represent 8 British provinces and crescent moon and sun, unity between Hindu and Muslim. According to Gandhiji, red and green, only 2 color should be there, and a spinning wheel. तो गांधी जी उस वक्त ये जो प्रपोज किए थे फ्लैग, उसमें रेड, ग्रीन और बीच में स्पिनिंग व्हील. बट इन टाइम दिस फ्लैग कुड नॉट बी डिजाइन and that's why it was not brought in the session of Congress in 1921. So that's why it was not adopted. Later on Gandhi ji used to say कि ये अच्छा ही हुआ, अगर उस वक्त ये फ्लैग आता तो हो सकता था उसको हम लोग अडॉप्ट करते. व्हाट अबाउट द अदर रिलीजन? वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ग्रीन फॉर मुस्लिम्स एंड रेड फॉर हिंदूज, बट व्हाट अबाउट इसके अलावा अदर सारे रिलीजियस ग्रुप भी रहते हैं हमारे यहाँ, तो उनको रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए क्या करेंगे? तो लेटर ऑन ही एड वाइट ऑल्सो. तो अगेन दिस स्वराज फ्लैग was designed by Gandhi ji in 1921. It was tricolor, red, green and white, and had a spinning wheel in the center representing Gandhian idea of self-help. So this two one of the important question, differentiate between Swadeshi flag and Swaraj flag. And if you would like to know a bit history of this flag, so we know that this Swadeshi flag It was the first flag that was utilized in 1906 as national flag. After that, this flag was utilized by Madam Bhikaji Kama. पहली बार भारत का फ्लैग किसी भी कंट्री में अनफोल्ड किया गया तो it was by Madam Bhikaji Kama. A bit different, it was from Swadeshi flag. In place of everything was same, but only in place of this 8 lotus that represent 8 British provinces, here was 8 star. So this flag was utilized by Annie Besant during the Home Rule movement in 1917. Here also you will find 7 saffron stripe, 4 green stripe, 8 lotus, crescent moon and sun, but Union Jack also was there in this flag. After that, this Swaraj flag was adopted by Congress in 1921, and after that in 1931 once again a change occurred. It now become green, white and saffron with a spinning wheel. And after that, after independence, in place of a spinning wheel, this Ashok Chakra was utilized in between. So you also should memorize that who designed our national flag. So Pingali Venkaiah. Pingali Venkaiah designed our national flag. Or for your information, this flag was proposed by Lord Mountbatten as national flag. After independence, this flag was proposed by Lord Mountbatten. पता नहीं क्या सोचकर उन्होंने ये यूनियन जैक यहाँ पे लगा हुआ फ्लैग प्रपोज किया था. By the way, it was not accepted by the nationalist leader. Carrying the flag, holding it aloft during a movement become a symbol of defiance. That means it also becomes symbol to show the affection to the nation. To lift national flag, affection towards this national flag, indicate affection towards nation. So another means of creation. So let's see. First point we read images of Bharat Mata. In the second point we discuss about folklore, folk songs, folk culture. Third point we discuss about national flag. Now another means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. So till now British used to say you are uncivilized enough, you can't rule yourself, we will civilize you. So nationalist leader then started evolving the past history, reinterpretation of history. अभी तक लोगों को क्या ब्रिटिश पढ़ा रहे थे कि तुम बहुत अनसिविलाइज हो, तुम बहुत इकोनॉमिकली पिछड़े हुए हो. बट नाउ nationalist leader started reinterpretation of history by evolving their glorious past. The British saw Indian as backward, primitive, incapable of governing themselves. In response, Indian began looking into the past to discover India's great achievement, to inculcate a sense of pride among Indians about their glorious past, and to convince the Indian that you were not poor, you were considered golden bird. It was the foreign rule that brought economic exploitation and due that we are in such condition. They wrote about the glorious development in art, architecture, science, mathematics, culture, law, philosophy, craft, trade, astrology, astronomy, mathematics. So actually we have a very rich cultural heritage. Now, to this effort to unify people, we are not without problem. Although nationalist leaders try to forge unity among the people, they also become successful in spreading idea of nationalism among the people. Idea of nationalism also spread among the people. But even though this effort to unify people were not without problems, they become successful in spreading idea of nationalism. But even though confrontation remain within various groups, and still we are facing such kind of problem in the country. Although it was true that we were able to spread idea of nationalism around the country, and although still we face several kind of problem related to unity, but even though at large we could say India is a nation, and as it was feared by the Europeans, by the other countries, that we will not be able to remain intact for long, so we should understand that we are the most successful democracy of the world. Till now, we are the most successful democracy of the world. We already know पाकिस्तान बगल में बना, क्या हुआ? आधे समय तक डेमोक्रेसी, आधा समय मिलिट्री रूल ही चला है वहाँ पे. And if you will read about other democracy also, so you will not find कि such a smooth and calm democracy continues till now, and there were not any severe threat towards integrity of the country, and still this sense of nationalism remain alive in Indians. So whenever the question arises of any kind of invasion, we could see we all bound together, forgetting all our internal differences, unity forged among us due to this idea of nationalism. So that's all for this chapter. Thanks for watching.